The fire didn't come all at once. It started as a flicker, barely noticeable, deep within Wolverine's bones, like the lingering ache of old wounds. Then came the dreams. Bone-white figures cloaked in fire, skulls grinning beneath searing halos. A voice that wasn't his whispering from the dark. Burn it all. Logan woke in the Mojave, breath steaming in the desert heat. He'd come hunting answers. Rumors spoke of Black Ops experimenting with Ghost Rider's Hellfire, trying to weaponize it. Now the rumors had names, scars, and one hell of a bite. The ambush came at dusk. He tore through the first wave, mercs armed with flamethrowers and plasma blades, but one of them, a gaunt figure with a gauntlet humming with orange sigils, struck him dead center. A pulse of heat more intense than the sun exploded in his chest. His vision melted into white noise, then black. When he came to, the mercs were dead. Charred husks, eyes wide in terror. Logan stood in a shallow crater. His claws glowed like molten steel. At first he thought it was just an after effect, some chemical reaction to the Hellfire blast, but when he tried to light a cigarette, the flame recoiled from him. When he flexed his claws, they ignited, hissing with otherworldly heat. His healing factor wasn't just faster. It was immediate, like time rewinding inside him. But the worst was what he saw in the mirror. Beneath his weathered skin when he got angry, truly angry, his flesh shimmered translucent, revealing a charred, glowing skull beneath. His voice dropped into a gravelly echo. He felt hungrier, too, more feral. The Wolverine was always close to the edge. Now that edge was burning. Xavier couldn't help. Not fully. His mind couldn't touch whatever rode inside Logan now. Too much fire, too much rage. So Logan turned to the fringe. Magic types, mutant shamans, Strange Blade, even Illyana. Each tried to peel back the layers of what he'd become. Illyana stared at him with her demon-scarred eyes and said, "You're not possessed, but you've been altered. The Hellfire didn't bind a spirit to you. It rewrote you, reforged you." "Like a sword," Logan muttered, "more like a bomb that walks." The fire had its own will. Sometimes it lashed out, incinerating furniture, scalding friends. It didn't listen to reason. It responded to instinct, fear, anger, pain. Logan retreated to the Yukon wilderness, seeking solitude, the cold and quiet. For months he meditated, fought bears, wrestled with the beast inside, not the one he'd always known, but a new thing, something that screamed in his blood for release. He learned to suppress the fire, to bury it beneath ice-cold discipline, but it was always there, humming, whispering, "Let go." And then they found him. The attack was surgical. 2 choppers, 5 squads, a containment collar that pulsed with sigil-etched tech. Logan burned through it in seconds. He left none alive, but one survived long enough to gasp, "The Crucible needs you. You're the prototype." Before the merc turned to ash, Logan saw the emblem on his uniform, a stylized skull surrounded by chains and flame. Not shield, not Hydra. Something older, he called strange. "You ever hear of a group called the Crucible?" The silence on the line was answer enough. The Crucible had been an arcane Black Ops cult, born out of Cold War paranoia and occult desperation. Their obsession? Harnessing supernatural powers for warfare. Ghost Rider had been their holy grail. Unable to bind the spirit of vengeance, they'd created Hellfire-laced weapons instead. But Logan's mutation, his healing factor, had reacted uniquely. He didn't just survive exposure. He changed, became something new. They wanted that process replicated, perfected, mass-produced. They wanted to make him the blueprint for a new breed of soldier, Hellfire mutants. They came again, this time with a hell tank, a mechanized abomination run on ritual fuel and bound souls. Logan didn't hold back. He embraced the fire. His claws sliced through arcane plating like butter. The tank exploded in a scream of damned voices. For a moment he stood in the inferno, body flickering between flesh and glowing bone. He realized something then. He wasn't just fighting them, he was fighting himself. The line between man and monster thinned. The more he used the fire, the more it wanted out. During a skirmish in New Orleans, he lost control. An entire block went up in flame. No casualties, but the look on Storm's face when she saw him. Aflame, skeletal, eyes burning, haunted him. "I thought you were the Ghost Rider," she whispered. "I ain't," he growled. "I'm worse." He found an unlikely ally in Elsa Bloodstone, a monster hunter who knew demons better than most. She introduced him to an underground mystic named Kovac, who specialized in psychic warding through martial discipline. Under Kovac's guidance, Logan learned techniques drawn from ancient Shaolin, Kabbalistic trance states, and even Wakandan vibrational meditation. It was agony. Fire and stillness do not mix, but slowly he learned control. Not peace, never peace, but balance. The Crucible launched its final assault in Nevada. Their citadel, a buried cathedral beneath Area 51, housed a forge where they planned to birth the first of their Hellfire soldiers. Dozens of captured mutants were strung up like batteries, their energy drained into a central crucible bound by infernal engines. Logan went alone. He didn't sneak in. He walked through the front gate, claws alight, eyes smoking. They unleashed horrors, bioengineered demons, fire-drenched commandos, psychics wrapped in binding circles. He tore through them. The fire welcomed him. At the heart of the forge, he found the architect, a twisted technomancer who designed the Hellfire bomb that changed him. The man wore a mechanical halo of floating glyphs and spoke in a voice layered with static and Latin. "You are our gift to the world," he said. "The first true hybrid, fire and fury incarnate." Logan's claws erupted in pure white flame. "You made me a monster." "No," the architect smiled. "We freed you," Logan struck. The forge exploded in a tower of flame, visible from orbit. He emerged from the ruins, flesh scorched, bones visible beneath flickering skin. Not dying, not healing, burning, he collapsed in the desert. For 2 days he didn't move. Then he crawled to a hot spring and lay in its waters until the fire dimmed. He didn't find a cure, but he found stillness. Now, when he walks, people feel heat, dogs bark, mirrors crack, but he's no longer fighting to bury it. He meditates. Every day, trains harder than ever, pushes the line between rage and discipline like a tightrope walker above molten steel. He still helps the X-Men, still protects people, but they all know when Logan's eyes start glowing, when the skeleton shines through, they're standing next to a storm wrapped in flesh. Not a ghost, not a demon, just a man who burns and chooses every second not to let the fire win.